Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dee. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you back. So this is going to be a reading for my beautiful Sag placements. All my readings are timeless. This could be past, present, or future energy. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and not try to force a story to fit your narrative, okay? If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, all the information is in the description box below, okay? So Sag, for you, I was getting like, I feel like a lot of you want to be in your soft life era. I was also getting like, you're done with the rat race. Like, I feel like a lot of you have like a hustle mentality. I feel like either a lot of you are just like done with that and trying to do something that it brings you more peace, more calm. I also feel like a lot of you, like, if you were in like that hustle mentality, you finally saved up like the money to like be able to breathe and relax, and now you're trying to figure out what to do with yourself, because that was just like the main energy I was picking up on as I was like you know, just meditating on your energy. Also, I pulled out the Ancestor deck, and I usually only use that for the Ancestor readings, so I'm gonna assume somebody's ancestor has a message for them. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with this first, and then I'm gonna pull everything else. So let's just see where this goes, okay? That's like three. I just need one. Okay, two's fine. Alright, we're gonna put that like right here. Okay, so we have Jumbie and Mother of Water, and then it says total. Let me turn it up. Total distribution, and then we have emotional self care, and they're both in reverse. So we have 13 and 30. Okay, and this one is the Death card in reverse, and this is the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so it says Jumbies are otherworldly shadow spirits and monsters in the Caribbean. Wait, that's not the one I'm supposed to read, but it is what it is. But I'm still gonna read it. Jumbies are otherworldly shadow spirits and monsters in the Caribbean. In Caribbean carnivals, the Moko Jumbi towers high and stilts as a god who sees right and wrong doers. People fear the Jumbi as a messenger of death. However, the Jumbi is more potent as a messenger of life. Jumbi reminds us to embrace the changes of life. Jumbi is as much about beginnings as endings. And since the card is in reverse, stop living in the past, hanging on to what once was. You are the reason your life is stable. Let go. And then the declaration is, I am completely open to the sacred magic of change. All right, so some of you might be uncomfortable with the way your life is changing right now. Okay. And then we have the Mother of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. The Mother of Water finds us here as Yemaya, your Yoruba Orisha of mother love in the ocean. Originally a river goddess, she crosses the seas with her children to spread divine love, mercy, and compassion. She is a guardian, the source of water and life. Being a martyr does not serve you or anyone else. Overgiving is not an act of love, but an act of control. There is clingy, desperate energy all around you. The declaration is, I am filled with the power of love. So there's definitely an aspect of probably the fear of change, and also pouring into self, giving yourself more self-love. So yeah, that might be where this video is going today, and it correlates to what I was saying as well. And threes could be significant to you at this time. All right. Thank you. All right, so we have complicated number 11. Beauty number 40. sorry. We have playful, number 44. And then we have High Priestess of Spirit, number 7. So whenever she shows up in a reading, that lets me know that you're going through like a judgment period where you're not like completely in control. Spirit is. So you're just like along for the ride, just trying to figure out how to get into that next chapter, that next part of your journey. I guess my alarm going off is confirmation as well. If you guys heard that. Okay. All right, and then we have love, number 10. And then we have message, number 45. Please give me clear honest messages for Sagittarius highest good. Clear honest messages for Sagittarius highest good, Spirit. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands. The Sun, Leo energy. The Emperor, Aries energy. And then we have the Two of Wands. So all fire, which is you. And you might have Aries and Leo placements as well. So I already did Aries and Leo. Aries, I had the wrong mic on, so you might have to turn on the captions. But maybe you should check out those readings if you have all fire placements. All right, and then we have the Three of Cups. King of Pentacles, the World. Queen of Swords. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords. I didn't see this out. Did I say Seven of Wands? I think I did. Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're going through a major release. You might not have like a full plan in the works, but you're trying. I'm hearing getting out of poverty as well. So take what resonates. I feel like even though the sun is in reverse, I feel like you're running into the sun. Yeah, you're going straight up into that beautiful light there. Trusting in your higher power, source. I feel like after being in some type of rut, it could have been a financial rut with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Or just like I said in the beginning of the reading, like rat race energy, just slowing down from that. Trying to figure out your next step and your stability. But let's start clarifying. Spirit, please clarify the Three of Cups in the theme of the reading. Thank you. The Three of Wands. I have the Hierophant reverse, Taurus energy. The Ten of Cups and the Strength card. Queen of Swords reverse, Eight of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Hermit, Virgo energy. Six of Wands, Knight of Wands. The Three of Cups on the break. This feels like an energy of just wanting peace and union. It could be a union within self, or you could be wondering about a divine counterpart. I feel like you weren't honest with yourself for a long time about what you truly wanted. And it feels like you're trying to come together, like I said, within self, with soul, tribe, family. It just feels like you're trying to come together, trying to come in union, trying to have love and celebration and light after having a disconnect from the spiritual aspect. Maybe You were someone who avidly went to church, and now you're trying to go back to church again. Maybe you're just someone who was highly spiritual and meditating, doing tarot like light work, and then you fell off. It feels like you're trying to connect back to that and back to your happiness again, or like I said, trying to find something new to connect to. You're trying to find a way to open up your heart in a new way, in a more elevated way, with the strength in the reverse. I feel like you might have had something that was just like very triggering, or maybe something eye-opening happening in the recent like time. I think you're being more honest with yourself about like how you want to move forward, how you want to be loved, the things you want to say, the things you want to do. Yeah, you're healing a part of yourself here. I feel like you're just trying to find where you belong in this stage in your life, trying to find that love and beauty and grace. Just, I feel just like overall peace, just trying to find peace in this time of your life. You're just trying to figure out how to move forward in a more calm manner, because everything here is fire. So everything here is just like, just, the wands are fast forward movement. And then you have the Emperor and the Sun, which is also, fire energy. You're trying to find your balance. You're trying to find your security. You're trying to figure out the next steps in your next plan after being such, Sag energy, very fiery, very passionate, So that's what it feels like. It feels like you're trying to be more in, like, if you have water in your chart, you're just trying to be more in that type of energy and healing that part of you, a softer side of you. In the current moment, we have the Knight of Wands. Spirit, please clarify the Knight of Wands for me. The Sun, Leo energy. The Four of Cups. The Queen of Wands. The Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands, the Star, Aquarius energy, the Seven of Swords reverse, Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords. Why does this feel like an energy came back around to you that showed you what happiness could be like after not seeing it for a long time? It doesn't have to be like a romantic situation, but I just feel like someone lit up your world with the sun. Someone reminded you what happiness looked like. And now with the Two of Pentacles, you're trying to decide which way, or how should I balance these things out? I feel like this conversation was unexpected. Like, this conversation made you realize, like, what you were holding on to with the Four of Pentacles, what you were clinging to. Yeah. It caused inner conflict, but it wasn't really what you wanted with the Seven of Swords in reverse. It feels like you found out a truth about yourself that you weren't living as authentically and as truly as you could have been. Like, you were just going through the motions and doing what you thought was right instead of being very soul-led. Whoever this Queen of Wands is, I feel like they bought an energy out of you that is more creative, because the Wands could be about creativity and more like confidence. I feel like you had confidence in yourself and, like I said, that go-getter type of energy. And now you're finding more confidence in yourself in a more emotional way. And I feel like this person, this Queen of Wands, handed you that cup that you were neglecting and ignoring for a very long time. And it's lit something up in you. It brought a spark in you. And this Queen of Wands could just be a soulmate that was supposed to help you realize that about yourself. And the energy surrounding you, we have the Sun reverse. Spirit, please clarify the Sun. Nine of Wands, King of Cups. The Moon, Ten of Wands, the High Priestess, Pisces energy. The Two of Wands, Page of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Devil, Capricorn energy. And also Cancer, heavy on the Pisces, with the King of Cups to the Moon reverse, Four of Swords. It feels like whatever this is, this feels like an energy more within yourself than anybody around you. But it feels like because in the current energy, somebody brought the sun into your life, you were realizing how much you didn't have it in your life. Like you were fighting against it with the Nine of Wands. And now it feels like you're leveling out your emotions with the King of Wands. And you realize how much you were just like heavily burdened with not being connected to your higher self and your emotions and your intuition. It feels like now you see the clarity of how much you were keeping yourself hidden, keeping yourself out of the sun and just keeping your head down and just, like I said, hustle and bustle, go getter energy, just the hustler mentality. And you are fighting against like opening yourself up, connecting to your emotions for a very long time. It feels like now you're facing that truth. Now you're embodying your higher self, your soul with the High Priestess there. Now you're paying attention to what your intuition is trying to tell you. It's like you're not shut down anymore. Like you're more so embracing soul instead of ego is what I'm getting. Yeah, like no more wearing a mask, no more lies, telling yourself like yeah, death behind that. You're transforming. I heavily get ego death here. And it just feels like it's brand new energy. It feels like it was laying dormant within yourself for a long time is what that is. Because you were fighting against it because you had like a tunnel vision, just like mind about certain things in life. And it just feels like now you're connecting more to your soul, more than you ever have. And now you're just looking at the things that you want to change and manifest. And the challenge, we have the Emperor, Aries energy. Please clarify that for me. Judgment, the Four of Wands. Thank you. The Knight of Wands. The Page of Wands, the Lovers, the Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Page of Cups, the Three of Swords, Seven of Cups. Like I said, you're really starting to balance out your energy. I think the challenge is being in a healthy masculine energy. You might have been in a reverse masculine energy. It feels like Spirit is telling you to stay the course. Don't get knocked off course. Don't ignore the signs and synchronicities. Yeah, keep going the way you've been going because the wheel is turning in your favor. It's a positive outlook. It's a positive change. Your challenge is just staying in that healthy, balanced masculine energy. Because before, you were so like out of balance, out of whack with your soul's true purpose and your emotions. And they just want you to do that in a more healthy way. They don't want you to go back and revert back to what you were doing before, because we do have those times where we do revert back to our old ways no matter how long we like been on this journey. Sometimes we catch ourselves reacting, saying, doing something that our old version of ourselves that we've outgrown, because it's just what we're used to. For a lot of us, you know, we didn't start our like journeys until maybe like mid to late 20s, early 30s. And so we're so used to being that version. And so Spirit is saying, just kind of check yourself when you get triggered. Just check yourself when something positive and good happens to you, or when something like not so positive and kind of negative happens. Just make sure you're responding in a healthier way, in a balanced way, in a more like protecting your inner child in that fatherly way that you probably didn't receive, and just making sure that you don't revert back and get on back into your old timeline, because that is stagnant energy. There's nothing moving forward there. So this is you just standing like strong and being the divine masculine that you always needed for yourself, because you're doing a good job with just like paying attention to what makes you happy, what's lighting you up right now, probably getting back into hobbies, not making like your work your main priority if it's not something that you know is soul fulfilling and you just do it because you need the money. It's just a change in view of life and just staying in that healthy, balanced energy. And the potential outcome, we have the Two of Wands reversed. Spirit, please clarify the Two of Wands. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Empress out here. Page of Swords. Three of Cups. The Emperor. The Seven of Wands. The Magician. The World. The King. The Queen and King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords. There might be an energy that you want to connect to outside of yourself. I feel like Spirit is saying it's not the right time. It's not the right time because there's still some healing and maturity that needs to happen, is what I'm getting off of this. Especially seeing the King and the Queen of Pentacles, and I think the Queen of Pentacles was in reverse. No, the King of Wands was in reverse, and the Emperor is in reverse. Some of you may be trying to manifest your divine counterpart and trying to have union, but right now it's about union with self. Right now, Spirit is saying it's not the time because you still have to figure out what your plan is for yourself and balancing out your feminine and masculine energy. And it feels like you're starting to do that. That might be why the masculine energy was in the challenge, because you're learning how to be your protector and provider. And before you can, do that for somebody else, you have to do that for yourself. You have the nurturing side, the caring side, the creative side. You have the divine feminine aspect of it. It feels, level, because we have the Empress and then we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the higher version, the 5D version of the Empress. So it feels like you're very balanced in your feminine side, but now it's about balancing your masculine side, because once you come into union with self, that's when everything else aligns. So this is definitely like balancing out your masculine energy, figuring out how to be that provider for yourself first, taking care of yourself first, protecting yourself first, and then everything else will work itself out. So like I said, there's a few different things to work on here, but right now it's about you healing something within as you're making all these realizations about how you want to move forward in life and how you want to just be in this new version of you. Advice for Sagittarius. Advice. Have the World. The Page of Wands. The Two of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. The Full Aries energy. The Nine of Wands. Queen of Swords. Page of Pentacles. King of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Eight of Swords. King of Wands. Nine of Swords. There's still things in your old life, an old way of thinking and being, that you have to fall apart from. Because it feels like there's certain things that you're trying to bring with you. It could be friendships. It could be a certain like energy within self. It feels like you're trying to bring that with you, but spirit is saying like there's still something that needs to be like learned, but at the same time, whatever that lesson is that you're learning, it's not supposed to come with you in the future. Like you're supposed to be like, okay, I learned this lesson. I'm learning that I need to let this go, and then I close this chapter. Is what I'm like feeling here for you. It's like you no longer are turning a blind eye or not being able to make a decision about it, but it also feels like you're like struggling to let it go. It might be that you worked really hard for it with the Three of Pentacles, but this is like an ego-based thing for you. Like it's your ego that's wanting to hold on to it. Yeah, you have to change your perspective. The Hangman, Pisces energy. What exactly were you supposed to learn from this? With the Nine of Pentacles, it could be independence. With the Eight of Swords, it could be overthinking this and learning what lights you up inside. The Knight of Cups. Yeah, something you're trying to take with you isn't a part of your highest timeline. Two of Cups. It's not a part of your soul true's purpose. And now it's about learning that lesson and letting it go and being okay with letting it go. Is essentially what I'm hearing. So that's the advice. All right, I'm going to get into oracles now. So if that's not your thing, I will see you in your next reading, your next placement. Advice for Sagittarius. All right, so we have the wishing well. Unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. Okay, so wishing well is 150. That number could be important to you. I lied, it's 152. Okay. It said that in ancient times, women would sing and whisper into wells, believed that the water would carry their messages from one corner of the world to the other. This may sound like something from a child's fable, but in fact, several scientific researchers have theorized that water can be imbued with energy from our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Wishing wells are found all over the world, and they mirror to us the great reverence held by our ancestors of Earth's fresh waters. Greek mythology says that the tradition of wishing wells began through the practice of throwing coins into a sacred well of the warrior Amphiremius, I hope I said that right, who was a renowned oracle. The wishing well is a wonderful card that carries with it great blessings, gifts, and fulfilled wishes. When it appears in a spread, it's a sign that things are happening and that the realization of your dreams is likely to occur. Of course, any creation requires embodiment and action, so it's not a sign to stop moving forward your dreams in a practical way. Rather, it offers deep encouragement to keep going and to trust that all the groundwork you're already putting in place is working. It could also be a sign that helpful people are coming into your life to support you in creating your heart's deepest desire. Healing Heart's affirmation. I receive all the gifts that life has to offer me with an open heart and open mind. I'm surrounded by kind, helpful people. Things are working out for me. I'm living my heart's deepest, most daring prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so don't stop. Keep moving forward because you're really figuring out your emotional side. Advice for Sagittarius. You have it's time to take action, Aries energy. Bring love into the situation, Aquarius energy. Balance spirituality and practicality, Pisces energy. Your commitment is being tested. A time to give rather than take. A fiery climax approaches, Aries energy, and you are good enough, Virgo energy. Give me 1 second. Okay. Advice for Sagittarius. Okay, so we have visualize number 17. Let your light shine and divine masculine. Yeah. I would say, and then we have wellness. I would say try to figure out what a healthy, just like masculine energy feels like to you, and try to embody that, because it feels like you just have to work on that. You might have a father wound that you may need to face, and just bring that to the surface is the main thing that I'm hearing. It feels like, I don't know, maybe some of you are becoming a father and it's freaking you out. But I just feel like there's something here about the masculine energy, something that you have to embrace. I've been saying this in the past few readings, not like just like, I think I said it in all the fire signs so far, even in like generals and like shorts or TikToks that I posted. But I feel like a lot of you guys are balancing out your feminine and masculine energy, and one of the best frequencies for that is 639. So it might just be meditating on that, and just, like I said, just trying to figure out what you want to embody at this time and what you really want to heal. But there's definitely something about divine masculine energy here. Advice for Sagittarius. Have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Have separation. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. And then we have trust. The situation is calling for you. Have faith. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. We have flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. And then we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And then we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Yeah, it just might be that you focus on loving yourself, sticking by friends, soul tribe right now, and just pouring love into you. Is what that just like feels like. Not worrying about anything or anyone outside of you. Like, some of you might have been focusing on trying to find your divine counterpart, trying to be in a relationship. Spirit is saying, like, don't focus on that right now. That's not the energy. And I do have like love oracles next, so we'll see what comes out there. But I usually focus this pile on self-love, and if love comes up, I'll say it. But this feels like just pouring more love into you right now, focusing on your emotions right now and what you want in a divine counterpart. And if you haven't, like, if you're a new subscriber, just check out my general love readings, because for me, those are how you heal yourself to connect to your divine counterpart. So if you feel drawn to watch any of those, like I said, all my readings are timeless. So check out the timeless playlist, and whatever calls out to you, go ahead and watch those. Advice for Sagittarius. Advice. Okay, so we have obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped with obsessive thoughts. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. support. Lean on your inner circle at this time. Mastery, you learned this spiritual lesson. We have awakening. Someone is undergoing spiritual transformation. Warning, don't dismiss the red flags. And then we have trust again. It is safe for you to trust in this situation. And then we have denial, detach with love to clearly see the truth. You might have someone attached to you who sees you as their divine counterpart, and that's not necessarily the case. I feel like it feels like that energy. I don't know if you ever seen that meme of like Kevin Hart went from his show, like way back when, I can't even remember what year, where he like, I think he jumped in his wife's arms. That was his wife on the show, and then like she's like holding him back and like doing the whole like, I see you type thing. It feels like just having your inner circle kind of like protect you and guide you at this time. Like it feels like someone's trying to stay attached that shouldn't be attached. And it might have been a very codependent energy. You guys might have depended on each other for certain things that wasn't healthy. Maybe you overextended yourself, and that's where that unhealthy masculine energy is coming from. You might have just did so much for this person, for this energy, that it wasn't a healthy dynamic. And Spirit is just saying like it's time to walk away from that. Okay, let me see. Spirit, clarify obsession for me, because I feel like you're the one having the awakening. Yeah, Strength in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Whoever this is, they're not. They want they want commitment without doing the work, and it feels like you're doing the work. They're not embracing. Yeah, they're not embracing what's wrong. Yeah, yeah, the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords reverse, the 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 3 of Swords. It's like, yeah, it feels like they know that they're supposed to walk away, but they can't help themselves. Yeah, Justice in the reverse. It's like they can't help themselves, whoever this energy is. They can't help but like want to be attached from you. And it just could be because you are in a balanced divine feminine energy with the Empress to the High Priestess. So you were like a very great caregiver, but it was just something that was just, even though the Empress is in the reverse here, it was something that was just very codependent in the masculine side of this connection. And that's what you're healing from right now. And partly what you're healing from. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner, but it could just be someone that you love that's just very dependent on you to be a strong masculine in their life. And gender not specific, we all have divine feminine and masculine energy within us, but it just feels like they can't open up their own heart with Strength in the reverse, and so they're depending on you, and it's triggering. They're not learning the lesson they need to learn, but they want the commitment. They want whatever commitment that you have with them. They want that spiritual energy from you, and that's not fair to you to overgive and overextend yourself. So this is someone that you have to let go. You might even need to talk to your close friends and just figure out how to let this energy down lightly, is what I'm hearing. Because this could be why the masculine energy is coming up in reverse, because this energy puts you in a reversed masculine, a low vibrational masculine energy, when you're trying to come up and be better than that. Advice for Sagittarius. Okay, so we have morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. Okay, then morning dew was number 92. There's a special moment when the day is new and the sun still young when we too are given the opportunity to begin again. The presence of the morning dew welcomes us with the grace of a fresh start, and as the moisture gathers on the rose, it invites us to see things clearly. sometimes in a whole new way that we did than the previous day. A new perspective is suddenly here. Healers from all corners of the earth believe in the incredible healing qualities of the morning dew. They believe that it possesses the same healing properties as the plants themselves, with the dew capturing their essence in a clear potency. Practices such as walking barefoot on the morning dew, drinking from the petals of flowers, and placing dew on the body are thought to bring about powerful shifts in healing. If we're lucky enough to meet the morning in this way, we too may be blessed by the special healing liquids that carry the secret essence of both the earth and the entire universe within it. The morning dew. This card brings the message that clarity is on its way, a new start and change of perspectives are possible. Shifts are coming. The future is looking renewed, hopeful, positive, and bright. Keep focusing on your ideal outcome and trust in the presence of the potent morning dew. Rose transmission. I'm open to receiving the potent clarity and shifts of the morning dew. I'm open to seeing the situation with new eyes. Advice for Sagittarius. Thank you. We have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. Have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And then health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. On the bottom, we have purpose. I know what I am here to do. And then we have freedom and patience behind that. Yeah, just take your time. This feels like something that you were going through for a long time. And it might have been hard because of how much you care about the energies around you. It might have been hard because, like I said, maybe you were living that fast-paced life for the energies around you. And now you're, like I said, you're trying to figure out everything that's working out for you at this point, working out for you in this new timeline that you're in. And so, like I said, there's going to be certain things that cannot come with you. Like, you learn the lesson, you understand that there's energy of letting go, even though it's painful. Okay, it just feels like an energy of grieving your old life, which is totally understandable. We can step into a new chapter and still miss our old one because you lived in it for a long time. I remember quitting my first job, and I worked there for 4 years, and it was a job that I hated, but when I quit I still cried because it was a huge part of my life, and it changed my life forever. It just changed my life. It gave me more confidence to move forward and stuff like that, even though I wasn't a fan of that job. And I remember my manager was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But sometimes you just need that release, even though there is something that you weren't a huge fan of. It still played a huge part in your day-to-day life. Advice for Sagittarius. Advice for Sagittarius. Thank you. We have Akashic Stargate. Aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. And some of you might need to access your Akashic records. I think I said that to Leo. So if you have Leo placements, be sure to check out that reading. Okay, so Akashic Stargate is 37. Okay. Whenever the Akashic Stargate is present to you, is because you're at a critical point on your journey. You have the opportunity to move in a practical direction, and you have to make a decision, or a particular direction, sorry. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make the decision for you, but you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You're here to walk a path that you have chosen. The next phase of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that whatever direction you take and whatever decision you make, you'll always be on the right path. No matter how you get there, you'll always end up in a similar space. Also, Know that purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's about living life and experiencing joy. Advice for Sagittarius. Advice. I had a feeling that was going to come out and I wanted to say something, but I didn't. So we have a new life, number 39, and then time for a nap, number 24. Those numbers can be significant for you. But I had a feeling that new life was going to come out because, like I said, I feel like you guys are going into a new chapter, just like renewed energy and figuring yourself out. And I should have just said it, but I didn't. Okay, a new life. Birth of new ideas, growth opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon on all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy to need to all is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. And then we have time for a nap. Number 24. Rest, rejuvenate, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force of conscious direction as you observe without engagement now. That feels to me like just taking a minute to meditate and just sit in silence. Like if you have time, like after work or like even in a shower, just like meditate for a few minutes. Just try to quiet your mind. And you'll be surprised what you hear and what downloads that you get. Advice for Sagittarius. Advice for Sagittarius. Thank you. Have in the near future. Within the next few months, take action. We have perfect timing, compromise, and big happy changes. On the bottom, we have it's up to you. That's literally giving like, it's no like definite like timeline, but it's all working out because you got like 3 different time cards there. But big happy changes are coming, Sag. Affirmation of advice for Sagittarius Spirit. Thank you for all your messages today. Affirmation of advice for Sagittarius. Thank you. Today, caring for my energy is my first priority, and I believe in myself. All right, Sag, I hope that this helped. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you for being here and making it to the end of this reading. Like I said in the beginning, if you feel called to book a personal reading with me, all that information is in the description box below. You guys stay safe. You guys stay blessed. And I will see you in the next reading.